one of the companies I want to talk about today that I'm very excited that I've worked with for a number of years, in fact, a whole lot of years, is Tamron. They are making some outrageously good glass. And for those of you that know my background, I do know good glass. Recently, Tamron introduced the SP 35mm and SP 45mm lenses. And I was really honored to be part of a group of photojournalists that were invited to New York to test the lenses, shoot a little bit with them, especially get to meet some of the crew from Japan, and then in addition, be able to see some of the background in the design and the technology that's gone into these optics. Now, the video that I want to share with you now, which is only a couple of minutes, very short, is one that Photodex put together for Tamron, showing the images taken with these two new incredible prime lenses. And it's really exciting to watch. So I'm going to let you watch that, and then I want to be able to share and show some of the images that I've got with it that help demonstrate it further. Again, I say this every time, my background is not as a professional photographer, but when you see some of these images, you'll understand what gets me so excited. And they are available now, and Tamron has been making great glass for a whole lot of years, but these two new prime lenses really set a new standard that is just remarkable. So let's watch that videotape and you have a chance to see some of these images for yourself. Now, what I wanted to show you, I mentioned that I had some images that I've captured with those lenses. Now, I was shooting with a Nikon D610. I am not a Nikon shooter, had not used the camera before, needed to get a couple of quick lessons. Thank God my buddy Rich Harrington was with us so that I could get a couple lessons in where the controls were. These images, this was taken at Dragon Con. Now, this is shot with the 35mm. I was shooting everything kind of wide open because one of the exciting things about an f1.8 lens is the fact that you can shoot wide open. They are fast lenses, they are optically superb, and they're really exciting to be able to shoot with. Now, the SP 35mm, I went and just shot this woman, but I want you to take a look. That's blown up 100%. I took the file, doubled the size. I don't know what that's the equivalent of. I'm assuming it's the equivalent of like a 10-foot square print. But the detail that you see in her eyes, now one of the things that's really unique at Dragon Con, because they're in costume, you see a lot of strange contact lenses. Look at the detail in her eye. Look at the eyelashes. Look at that one strand of hair, two strands coming down over her eye. And I'm just using an iPhoto viewer here, guys. This is not, I'm not into major technology here. I'm not jumping into Photoshop. This is clean right out of the camera, and all I've done is zoomed in on it. This is another character that was there. Same thing again, zooming in. Whoops, I'm sorry, I didn't zoom in on her eye. But being able to show the quality of the camera and the quality of these images, her eye is tack sharp. Now, one of the things they did on the day in New York, they took us out on the High Line, which is a path that kind of runs above the street level of the city. I'd never been on it before, even though I lived in the New York, New Jersey area. Years ago, the High Line wasn't there. And being able to walk New York on this boardwalk was phenomenal. And all along the way, there were places you could stop. Now, this was shot with the SP45mm, and if I zoom in 100%, and I could zoom in even more if I was set up to do it right now, when I start zooming in now, and I can get that kind of detail at 100%, you'll see the one-way sign over on the left there. They're just amazing, remarkable optics. Also on the venture, on our little travel down the High Line, Eric Valin joined us, and Eric is a phenomenal commercial shooter and had a model with him. And again, keep in mind that I'm traveling with a group of, I don't know, 30 people, and they set the model up. Eric would talk a little bit, he'd get lights set up, and then journalists would jump in as we've got one here coming in on the right for the shot that I grabbed. But think about this now. I'm kind of doing a grab shot here. I'm not trying to set up a fashion shot because I'm not a fashion shooter. And for me to set it up and say to you, hey, look at what I did, wouldn't be truthful either, because Eric set up the shot all the way down the lighting. But take a look at the detail here when I zoom in and take her up 100%. The quality, the detail, the sharpness of these new lenses is remarkable. And don't take my word for it. Wander into a Tamron dealer and take a look at the SP45 and SP35mm lenses. This was another one that were just some berries on an evergreen type of bush that was along the High Line. And same thing again, being able to zoom in on those and to see the quality there, it's just beautiful. They perform unbelievably well. They've done some great things with the optics, with the coating on the outer lens. They're remarkable lenses. I think I've said remarkable 3 times now. The other thing that's remarkable, there it is 4, about Tamron, I love their dedication to education. The Tailgate Tour is on the road this year for the 2nd year in a row. If you go to tamronusa.com, and the website will come up in a second, if you go there, you can check on the schedule for the tour so that you can have an opportunity to meet some of the Tamron techs who are on the road. This is one of the most talented, diverse groups of tech reps in the industry. And they all shoot a little differently, they all teach a little differently, but the common denominator between everybody is their passion and love for photography. They are amazing people, they're amazing individuals, they're amazing as a team, and they are all over the country. So if nothing else, stop in, go to the website, check out the schedule, and then go check to see when they're coming to a city near you so that you've got an opportunity to not only meet them, but test drive not only the new lenses, but a lot of Tamron's optics, because they've got some of the greatest lenses in the industry right now. And they're an incredible group of people believing in education and support for the industry. And for me, I couldn't be prouder to be part of the Tamron team and have them involved in helping SCU and also contributing to the ongoing challenge of how do we get you guys more help in everything you need to know to run a successful business in photography.